You gotta turn it on.
Oh, actually it is on, but I can't hear it. Yeah, can you hear me? All right. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everyone. We have an exciting night and a short agenda too. I wanted to mention a few things before we approve or adopt the agenda, and that is tonight's meeting is a study session. There are no public comments. Residents may attend our next scheduled business meeting on January 9th, 2024, or contact the board via email at boe@shenschools.org with any comments or questions. I also wanted to point out, which is pretty obvious, Dr. Robinson could not be here tonight, and anyone that knows Dr. Robinson knows that that is a very rare thing, and so Dr. Cecily Wilson-Turner will be here in giving the report on behalf of our superintendent. So without delay, can I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda? First is Gusta, second is Stacy, all in favor? It is unanimous, 7 in favor. Thank you. So we'll move straight into our superintendent's report, but given by our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Wilson-Turner.
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight, I would like to first offer holiday greetings as we enter into our holiday season and enter into our break time. We want to say thank you to all of our students, staff, families, leadership, and our Board of Education for your continued hard work and support of moving our organization forward to excellence. So we wish you all well during this season. Tonight, we have a very special presentation that we all look forward to, and that is a celebration of our fall athletes and sports. And so I'm going to bring forward Chris Coleman, our Director of Athletics, to take us through our celebration.
Well, that was quick. That was like right away. I don't know. We just had a couple minutes to put the last thoughts in. Hope everybody can hear me okay. Is this working right?
Is it on?
It's on right now.
Very good.
Do I need to turn it on?
Is it green?
Yep.
Push it to the left, the little button.
If you tap it.
You need help?
Okay.
No, not on.
Sunrise.
Check.
There we go.
So anyways, I want to thank the Board of Education and special thanks to Dr. Robinson for his continued support of the athletic program. It is always great to come up here and be able to present our fall athletic teams and an overview of some of our athletic teams in general. Just a couple things about the fall. We had over 980 student athletes participating in our fall athletic teams. We continue to push to try to get to that 1,000 marker, which I think is one I strive for every year, but 980 is a very, very strong number of athletes that we have out on the team. We want to thank the Board of Education. We want to thank Dr. Robinson for helping us coming in after the first of the year. We'll have a new assistant athletic trainer starting with us, Shannon Kane, who was approved at our last meeting. We are really looking forward to having her come on board with us. This year we partnered with, thanks to Becky and thanks to Ron, we partnered with high school admin and in Becky Carmen's office to present Chris Herron to our student athletes and present that evening to our students. Extremely powerful presentation, so much so that we've had student athletes that came to meet with me afterwards and wanted a call to action, and we have started a student athlete against destructive actions club that will be holding their first meeting tomorrow. So we're excited about having that get off the ground. It's going to be kind of an organic. It's going to be kind of an organic sort of club to see what they want to do. It's the students. It's a student-led club. It kind of follows the same lines of our Student Athletic Advisory Council we've had for a number of years. So we are looking forward to that. We had over 12,000 spectators attend our home football games this fall. All our home football games sold out. Girls volleyball versus Burnt Hills continues to be one of the must-see fall events of the year. And that is one of the best rivalries you will see in high school sports across New York State, Burnt Hills and Shenendehowa girls volleyball. Winter sports is off to a great start. If you had the opportunity to come into the gym the other night, you can see sports come to fruition. when we had our girls wrestling team and our boys wrestling team wrestling shaker in a doubleheader. It's an incredible to come into the gym and see where girls wrestling has come in a year, that they're a showcase event with the boys wrestling program. So that was a highlight. With the support of the Board of Education, and again, Dr. Robinson, boys and girls modified basketball is playing their first games over in the Gowanna gym, which is really nice to see. And that was something that the board supported last year. It's been part of an initiative that goes all the way back to Janet Gray, of making sure that we had all of our modified sports teams in. We're just about to the end of that. That's been a 17 or 18-year project, and we are close to having all modified sports at all levels. Again, thanks to Dr. Robinson for this, and as the president of the Suburban Council, I'm pleased to announce that girls flag football is set to become the 33rd sport in the council this spring, which will kick off in the spring of 2024. This comes on the heels of us adding girls golf, girls wrestling over the course of the past 4 years. We're extremely excited for girls flag football. Met with Dr. Wilson Turner, met with the HR department, mapping out how we're going to go about hiring coaches for that program, which should be coming fairly shortly. So we should have some coaches presented to you probably by the end of January, and have girls flag football as our 33rd sport here at Shenendehowa. Just to give you a little background on that, we will have 11 other schools in the Suburban Council who will be playing girls flag football. We have a school from outside, so there will be a Section 2 championship, a regional championship, and NISPA also has a state championship to that. So as you can see, there's a lot happening in athletics. There continues to be a lot happening in athletics. But the reason why we're here tonight is we want to present our fall championship teams. Our first team that we want to present, I would say to you, they are a dynasty, and they continue to be a dynasty. And we changed coaches about 3 or 4 years ago, and Alyssa has done just a phenomenal job with our girls swimming and diving program. Not only are they swimming their best, they are winning sectional championships by 150, 180, 190 points, and they continue to set the standard. The last 2 years, swimming and diving has been ranked #1 in New York State in the poll at the end of the year, and we look forward to them hopefully being able to say that they were 3 years in a row ranked #1 in New York State. So without further ado, I want to bring up our girls swimming and diving program, Section 2 champions. So you can kind of stretch your way through here. Oh, okay.
No, guys, come over here, all the way around, all the way around.
That's good right there. Okay, keep going, go all the way through.
All the way through. Look behind us.
Petra's gonna be the photography.
There you go.
Are you going to do it, Petra?
So I just wanted to thank Mr. Coleman for everything, of course, and then Dr. Robinson and the entire board sitting before us. All of you are a huge part of our success each and every year, so thank you to all of you sitting here.
Thanks.
As Mr. Coleman already stated, we have been undefeated for the past 3 seasons, not only at sectional level, but at our dual meet level as well. So that's pretty huge for the girls. This year, we finished with our highest score at the sectional meet with 544 points. The next team after that was 305 points, so quite a big lead we had. We have been ranked #1 in the state for the past 2 years, and we are hoping to repeat that for the 3rd year, and if we do that, we will break the Shen history record for girls swimming and diving, so fingers crossed. Just kind of a few highlights, especially from, I don't know if everybody saw, the Times Union All-Stars came out, and a few of our girls were mentioned. For first team, the 2 free relay finished first at sectionals. That team was Sophia McCoy, Hannah Harpulian, Isabella Gale, and Estelle. Stella Zane finished on the first team with her 100 free and 100 back first place finishes. She also set a new school record in the 100 free, which was about 10 years old, so that was really cool. Morgan Davey, who's here tonight, finished first team for diving. For our second team, our 4-free relay of Stella Zhang, Hannah Harpootlian, Isabella Gale, and Katie Schloth, who's here tonight. They also finished their sectionals. And then Carly Rosnack, who died, who's not here, she also finished as second team. And then lastly, Stella Zhang, a junior of our team, was named Athlete of the Year, which was pretty cool. A huge accomplishment for the first Shen swimmer to be named in over 10 years, I believe, so it's really cool. This team has been an honor to coach for the past 4 years, and I'm always excited to look forward to the next thing, so thank you, girls.
Congratulations.
Stay there, they want to get a picture.
Let the shuffling begin.
Thank you. That's amazing. Sammy, ladies, our seniors here tonight.
How are you? Good. All right. Good.
All right, so we're the 3 seniors that are here tonight, and as Coach Alyssa said, this is our 3rd year going undefeated in our dual meet season, and 2 years we were #1 in the state. But our big team motto this year that we had on our sectional shirts was no weak links, which I think really showed through our performance because throughout the season we all held each other accountable to push the standard even higher, which showed through our sectional performance and even just through the whole season during our dual meets. So very proud of this team this year.
Nice job, congratulations, great job. Good job. See you, girls. Okay, our next team, again, has been here before. A couple years ago, made a trip to the state championship. They made it back to the state championship again this year. They're the first time, this year New York State Public High School Athletic Association expanded to 6 classes. This year our girls soccer team was the first ever AAA champion. They won their regional game. They went back to the state Final Four. They were eventually defeated in the state Final Four by the eventual state champion. But they continue to be an outstanding and premier program for us in the fall. And it's not just, they just, under Holly's leadership, they just represent such class and character. They carry themselves so well as female student athletes and are a great representation of everything about Shenendehowa. So without further ado, the Section 2 New York State Regional Championship girls soccer team. Come on up.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us tonight. First and foremost, thank you all. Thank you, Chris Coleman, Christy Hafner, the Athletic Department, the Board of Education, Dr. Robinson. Pardon me for my voice. It's per the usual. As I just said to one of the student athletes who didn't know what to expect tonight, I said this is kind of like being on the national team and going to the White House. It's kind of like a big deal. So put our best foot forward here. Yeah, you're welcome. It's a big deal. We all play for our personal reasons, but first and foremost, we're representing Shenendehowa, and I'm proud of the work that these guys put in. September was an interesting month for us, and there's nothing better than, as a student athlete, sticking and committing to your goals, showing grit over quit, not getting the results we wanted in September. Just so you know, the history of the program, we've had 16 ties. In September, we had 4. So things were going okay, better than losses, right? We always say ties better than a loss, but we really wanted those wins. And we were falling just short in September. And at the end of September, with perseverance with our senior leadership, we went on an 11-game winning streak and completely turned an 8-week season around and tapped our, punched our ticket to the Final Four by winning the section, by winning the region, and by paving our own path one brick at a time. And there's no better reward for our student athletes than just that. So congratulations to all of our student athletes. And our coaching staff. I would be remiss to not thank our coaching staff, which is almost complete here tonight at the varsity level. Mr. Scott Seeley, Mr. Brady King, and Coach Caitlin Jones. Our success, I have to attribute to not only the work and the grit and the determination and us willing to overcome obstacles together, but our senior leadership was by far some of the most diverse, kind, relentless, phenomenal leadership I've seen in the 20+ years that I've been here. So if the seniors could step forward. Eva Flom, Taylor Jordan, Serena Suchty, Grace Hogan, Anna Burdick, Natalie Eggleston, Natalie Lucchese, not here tonight, Ella McDonald, and Emily Bomas. Without this senior leadership, I don't know that the season would have been the same. So thank you for our seniors. Yes, captains, come on up.
I want to say thank you to the board members and Mr. Colton for your continued support. I feel really lucky to be a Shen athlete because we get the best of the best here. I'm really proud of our team this year because we had a rough start, but I think we went farther than any of us thought we would go, and I think that's because of the great team chemistry we had, so I'm really proud of this team. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Coach Hersberger for being named Suburban Council Coach of the Year.
Oh, wow.
All right. Yeah, get it.
Come on, Tom, you're not one of the coaches.
Just squat.
Got it? Okay.
All right, thank
These meetings are the best. They're really fun.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a good one to be right here.
It's nice for me when you hear, when you hear a coach talk about those things, because when we do professional development with our coaches, we spend so much time talking about the experience of the student athletes, and don't give up, persevere, don't quit, see something in the athletes that they don't see in themselves, and try to find that. So to hear Holly say that was that's really great to hear. Our next two teams, we're gonna bring them up one at a time. They were here last year and they were the New York State Public High School Athletic Association champions. And people don't realize it is so hard to repeat as a state champion. Everybody's gunning for you, everybody's out to get to you, but how do you defend a state championship? Well, you're the defending championship and you go out and you try to give everything you have, you try to come to practice every day, you try to work hard, you try to be committed to the goal, and you try to go as far as you can and see if you can get back there. And I think the one thing that I'm most proud about our boys and girls volleyball teams this year, both teams made it back to the state championship. So that's an incredible accomplishment that deserves a round of applause. First up is our girls volleyball team. And again, how do you follow up the state championship? Another sectional championship, another regional championship, another trip to Glens Falls for the state championship. The state championship at Glens Falls continues to be just such a great event that NISFA puts on. Our girls made it to the state Final Four this year, had just an incredible season, and couldn't be more proud of the way in which they defended their state championship this year. So without further ado, Lori Kessler and the girls volleyball team, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having us. I would just like to say that, as Chris said, that defending the state title was definitely a difficult task for us, especially when you have everyone gunning for you. I think that a lot of people are very quick to say, like, oh, with a big school like Shen, of course you're going to be successful. But I don't think what a lot of people realize is the year-round commitment that these athletes do put in to get back to being the successful team that we are. And it's a lot of hard work and determination. And we also spend every weekend from late August and until the end of October traveling across the state to play the best in the state. And that's a lot, but they do it and you don't hear them complain about it. And on top of that, they are student athletes who maintain a high GPA, and so always proud of that as well. It's a lot, and they put in the hard work, and super proud. We had a lot of bumps in our road this season, a lot of tough losses, but they were still a very successful group of kids, and very proud of them. Also, I want to highlight my coaching staff, who I don't have everyone here, but Julia Palowinski and Maddie Frucci are two former players who are now back in giving back as coaches, which is also something that I'm proud of as well. So I just want to finish by, I had a great group of seniors. Many of them are going to continue on in the sport that they love, at the next level, which is amazing. And I couldn't begin to list all of the accolades that they've achieved because they certainly have. And just want to thank the board, definitely Chris Coleman and Dr. Robinson for all of the support that they give us all year long. I know many of you were at a Burnt Hills match, which was super exciting, and many of you even made the trip to States, which we appreciate the support. So we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of our Board of Education. So thank you very much. I'm going to call up my captains.
I would just like to say, on behalf of our team, we would like to say thank you so much for all you've done for us and all your support. Because of all your support, we've managed to finish third in the state, and just let alone, we're so grateful for all the opportunities you've managed to give us. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, just before you leave, I just want to share one quick story. This is Lori's 17th year as the girls' volleyball coach, and we came in together, and when we started the journey of girls volleyball, one of the interesting things was the program was not that strong at the point. It was kind of there. I think Lori and I both felt that there was a lot of untapped potential in the program, and in one of her end of season coaching years, after her second or third year, she came in and I said, what do you want out of the program? And she says, well, I want the program to be one of the premier programs in New York State, and I think we get there. I said, well, okay, well, let's talk about how you get there. You have to be able to compete with Burnt Hills, because Burnt Hills, Gary has set the standard, Gary Bynum had set the standard for girls volleyball. You start a club, you start youth, you find girls in PE classes, and you continue to do off-season opportunities for them, and you continue to grind away in the off-season, and you give kids more opportunities, and you continue to go to clinics and learn more about the sports, and then before you know it, you're happy to make the Section 2 championship. And then then you win the Section 2 championship, and then you go to regionals, and you play Baldwinsville 3 or 4 times. And you have to learn how to beat Baldwinsville to get to the regionals, and then you go to the state championship, and you're happy to be there, and you look around, and you're not at the state championship level. And then you continue to grind, and you continue to grind, and you continue to push your athletes towards this goal, and then all of a sudden, you're a state championship and a state championship caliber program. And that's what Lori's built over 17 years. So these girls are the beneficiary of everything that Lori has done to make this program what it is. And I couldn't be more proud of her as a coach, but what she does with these girls to make them and give them the opportunity she has. So congratulations to all of them.
Good job, bro.
And very similar to Lori's goals, John took over the program on the boys' side about 4 or 5 years into my tenure, and he had a similar vision. The program was good, could be better, and John came in, and John built a club program, the sliders program, and he dedicated time into the off season. He dedicated time away from his family to make sure that kids had the opportunities to be successful. And they went away on trips in the off season. They came in and they did open gyms, and they came in and they did camps in the summertime. And all of a sudden you turn around and you say, okay, well, they've won the Section 2 championship, 6 years in a row. And then they've made it to regionals, and they get by regionals, and then they get to the state championships. And we go down to Long Island, and we got beat by 2 points down on Long Island. We were up 1 point in the 5th set, and I thought to myself, this is as good an opportunity as we'll have to win the state championship. And then, lo and behold, a better team comes along, or as good a team comes along that finishes the job and wins the state championship last year. And then you say, okay, well, what are we going to do this year? Well, you know what? We're going to work hard. We're going to see how it goes. You're going to deal with all the bumps in the roads that come along with being a defending state champion. And where do we wind up? We wind up right back in the state championship title game. So an incredible accomplishment for our Section 2 championship, our regional championship, and state finalist boys volleyball team. So John, come on up.
The tall group. Notice that?
Hi, everyone. Sometimes I can get going and get a little wordy, so I'm going to work to be right to things tonight. We're missing about 9 guys tonight, so we have a very large team. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Also missing a few coaches who have become ill in the last couple of days, so I think we're going to go give these guys a little bit of praise here tonight, which is nice. Over the years, it's been a pleasure to get to be in charge of this program and to have such a great support of coaches that are with me along for the ride, and they hear all the ugly and they hear all the good, and we celebrate together and we cry together, and it's tears of joy when we accomplish something great. What I'm proud most of this group is that they could have given up. They had multiple opportunities to just give up, and they didn't. They kept fighting every step of the way. And when we did fail, their response to failure is probably one of the things that I was proud of most. I mean, we got our butts kicked. Won our last game of the season, and everyone said, yep, they're done. The next day, the officials were saying our season was over, the coaches were saying our season was over, and I said to the guys, we're fine. It's okay, it's just a game. To get better, you have to fail. So their response to failure was something that I'm proud of, and how they picked themselves up and pulled themselves together and kept working and growing together. And that's a struggle. It's a struggle as adults to keep improving. It's definitely a struggle as student athletes, especially what they've had to endure over the last 3 or 4 years to be able to maintain such a high level, not just athletically, but academically with everything that's been going on. The other things I'm looking forward to, and they've heard me say it a bunch, is as a coach, I really enjoy seeing what they do after high school, seeing their athletic pursuits, the careers that they pursue, and then when they come back to visit. Just this past weekend, and in the years past, seeing the college graduates from Shenendehowa come back and give back to their program, give back to their coaches, and give back to the athletes is just sheer joy for me as a coach. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the incredible support that we get from the athletic office and Dr. Robinson and the Board of Education, and most importantly, the people that are making it happen, the families at home that are behind all of our athletes and behind the coaches, and they're every step of the way. So thank you very much.
All right, congratulations, boys volleyball.
My favorite.
Notice he's not taking, no, he's not taking a picture with me.
Just some concluding remarks for my report. Once again, it's great to come up here and be able to present our championship teams, talk a little bit about the program. I think if you think about what Shenendehowa is about and what we've become about, it's really about opportunity for our athletes. It's adding modified basketball, it's adding girls wrestling, it's adding girls flag, it's adding girls golf. And that doesn't come without the support of the Board of Education. And I am pleased to announce that we met with Dr. Wilson Turner and Dr. Robinson, and we will be presenting a plan to add an additional sport to our school, which will be an esports program. Esports is taking off, and I think with the help of people like David Hines, who's been one of the technical advisors behind the scenes, and John Bullington, who's been another advisor behind the scenes. As part of my budget proposal, we'll be putting forward, we'll be bringing esports.
Chris, can you help us out a little bit more? I got you, but what do we play?
Esports is esports is a gaming program. It is very, very popular. Believe it or not, it offers a lot of scholarships at the collegiate level. Unbeknownst to us, and one of the things we talked about, that there's many student athletes who, believe it or not, have name, image, and likeness out there and have tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. And the more I learn about it, and the more I see it, the thing that I see is opportunities for students. And I just would say it this way, like I would always tell Dr. Robinson. I asked a female wrestler one time, I said, if we didn't have the wrestling program, would you have wrestled? And she was like, no, I would not have wrestled. And that always kind of led me to have some level of, we have to continue to strive to find every opportunity for every athlete or every individual, whatever their niche may be. So, but again, I am so appreciative of everything the board supports in terms of what we do, and especially Dr. Robinson and Dr. Wilson Turner, who I'm getting to know very well, and she's been a great addition to our team, and she's been very supportive of everything we've done. I can't thank her enough, and think she's a great fit for our organization, and just want to say thank you and happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, Chris, I just want to, first, I love the detail that you share. You weave a beautiful story for all these teams, and that's respect that they absolutely deserve. I'm very excited to hear about girls flag football. I'm assuming that's also next, along with the esports.
Yeah, girls flag football's already been Girls flag football has been approved by the superintendents in the suburban council. We have 11 schools that'll be playing. We'll have 2 coaches. They'll be playing a 10-game regular season. We'll start with the spring sports in March, and they will open up probably the Wednesday after spring break. And we'd love to invite you to come to their first home game and see them play. We've had a lot of supports. Just a couple of things on the flag football. Girls flag football, we partner with the New York Giants. All 32 NFL teams across the United States have regions because of the New York Giants' history with UAlbany. They're our partner for Section 2. So I've met probably 8 to 10 times with representatives from the Giants about getting flag football moving forward. Along with that, one of the things that Ron and I have been working on, they've tied in, the laborers are doing a workforce development program tied in with girls flag football. The idea being that if you go down to the construction classes or the tech classes, those certain classes, Ron shared some data with me that 92% of the students are male in those classes. So one of the things that the laborers are doing is they're putting in some money into girls flag football, and hopefully having the opportunity to come in and speak to the girls about different trades and different opportunities that exist out there. So that's sort of exciting as well too. So it's been, we've had a real good level of support for girls flag football, and we're going to be hitting the ground running with it this spring. Very exciting, very exciting. Just so you're aware, high school, yeah. And we will be kicking that off. The league will be making a formal announcement on February 7th, which is National Women and Girls in Sports Day, that they'll be making a formal announcement on February 7th that girls flag football will be the 33rd sport in the council, of which we have them all. So.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Any other questions? Are good? Good? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Bye, Chris. Congratulations to all the athletes.
Yes, thanks.
I know they've all filed out. Yes. Okay, so we'll move into the IPAC update and the new courses and textbooks. And will that be you, Dr.?
That will be me.
Yes.
Thank you.
There we go.
And I will comment, it's a great night to be in this seat because it's always great to see our students so thrilled and happy with their Shen experience. And that's a nice lead into the work that happens at the instructional council, where we review our instructional programs for our upcoming coursework. And so I will be leading that presentation along with my partner in this work this year, Mr. Matt Davis, who has done a tremendous amount of work with our academic administrators and getting some key courses credentialed through Hudson Valley and SUNY. I'm going to present him. Okay. So our Instructional Program Advisory Council is a council that is composed of teachers, our leaders, board members. We even have students on this committee, and it's where we come to have our conversations about any programmatic changes that will occur with curriculum at Shen. It's particularly focused at the high school, and so we also have a clear representation from the high school administrative team. We go through a process that is actually very intense, and part of the reason I called Matt my partner is because as I entered this role, we worked really closely together to help me understand the process here at Shenendehowa, and to really do what we call pre-IPAC work, and work really closely with the academic administrators to make sure all the components are present that the committee will need to review to ensure that it is a successful process. So we have 12 courses that have made it through the IPAC process that we would like the board to consider this evening. I will be going over the first 5, and then the last 7 are actually existing courses that we are looking to credential at the university level, which Matt will take us through. So 4 of the courses that you will see, are brand new courses, and one is a name change. And I will say IPAC was very excited to review each of these courses and to look at all the opportunities we would offer for our students, particularly our seniors, who often, because they move so quickly through our programming, are looking for other options and courses that will help round out their experience. The first two courses come from our social studies department, and they are elective courses that are half-year courses for half-year credit in psychology and criminal justice. What I truly appreciate about these two courses is that a survey was conducted in the social studies department to determine what students would be interested in as electives as 11th and 12th graders, and these were the top two choices. And so that department was able to work together collaboratively to determine how to build courses that would meet the needs of the students that would fit into a half year. You may be aware that we have an existing course that is already credentialed for Syracuse University, that is a psychology course that is offered to students at Shen. This psychology course will offer another entry-level opportunity for more students to have access to what the social studies department believes is a foundational course for all students to really understand and study human behavior, as it will influence multiple arenas in their life. The criminal justice course is a course that will engage our students differently in their civic responsibilities and really help them develop their understanding of how the criminal justice system works in our country, and allow them to pull in some current events that will hone their interest. And I think what also excites us about this course is the opportunity for our students to connect with many community agencies and experiences that will provide a more hands-on learning opportunity later in their high school experience. Both of these courses are available for our 11th and 12th grade students. We had conversation at IPAC about what if 10th graders gone in, and we are holding firm to 11th and 12th grade to ensure that we can service the electives that they will need, and to make sure that's served. And we hope to see these courses expand because we've gotten that interest in, and we're hoping that it's a way to keep our seniors more involved throughout their senior year. The feedback on both of these courses was extraordinarily positive, and welcomed the opportunity for our students to have additional social studies experiences. The next course is from our fine arts department, and that's an animation course. And I think the remark from the IPAC at the time is long overdue. And they were excited because this course is available to students in 10th grade. And so the only prerequisite is studio and art, which most students have completed by 9th grade, and students can then enter the animation pathway or one of the other pathways existent in our fine arts program. The other nice piece about this is they can come out of a different fine arts pathway in 11th or 12th grade and come back and take animation. So this course offers a great deal of flexibility. Mr. Roselli and the art department did a nice job in providing some animation examples in the presentation, but also providing clear examples of how animation connects to college pathways that exist in the arts programs and career opportunities that our students will be able to be a part of as a result of participating in this course. Our next course was Real World Mathematics, which is both a new course and a course that will receive Hudson Valley credit, so it will be credentialed as well. And this course was unique in that we have a course called Senior Math that students are able to take who typically have lab assistants as they go through their math courses in high school. However, we have students who the math department felt were capable of doing much more than the senior math and could have a course that would offer them college credit where they might traditionally be a student who didn't leave high school for college credit. And so this course is really a course that we took directly from Hudson Valley with some very concrete real-world skills like compound interest and how to purchase a home and statistics at a level that they would be able to apply in real life. And so the content also interests the department as well. And so IPAC was very excited as well to offer a course that for college credit for students who typically would not receive it, but also to identify a course where students could level down to and not level out of math. Our academic administrators are really very focused on, our goal of making sure that our students are able to remain fully engaged in their senior year with a full pathway of courses. And so Real World Mathematics supported that.
Quick question, so is this instead of pre-calc, if there's a student who wouldn't necessarily?
So in the progression in math where students would take this course, I'm trying to envision it in my head, students would not get to pre-calculus. So this is a student who would take algebra with lab, geometry with lab, and then possibly like a Hudson Valley 110, algebra with trigonometry type of course. And then as a senior, they may either take senior math, or it may have been a student who didn't take a fourth year of math at all. So if a student were to get to pre-calculus, they'd be on a totally different trajectory.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like comparable or not, okay.
Could I ask one question about this,
Thank
too?
you.
Do we have, so we get feedback from those who've graduated out, you know, specific to real world, things like interest, compound interest, you know, having to manage a checking account, et cetera. I thought, we do have a course that we currently offer for that, correct?
Money matters, yeah, the course is
Yes.
Money Matters, yeah.
It is Money Matters, okay. And so this has very similar.
It incorporates multiple topics. There are
Okay.
topics there that we had to look up because they were different topics that we
Oh,
would
wow.
traditionally
Okay.
teach. But it was a nice matching for the level up that we wanted to do for the students who we thought could do more than student math.
Absolutely, and it provides those skills that they're gonna absolutely need when
And
they
does
leave kids.
HBCC,
No,
does
it's okay.
HBCC provide the curriculum
Yes.
functionally?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we found out about this course at a day that, I'm sorry, was this, were you
Nope,
gonna tell
you're
this right now? So, we found out about this, our teachers actually brought this back from a professional development that they attended at Hudson Valley, and the math
Okay.
department chair, Dr. Linda Lim, approached them and said, hey, this is new, we'd love for you guys to offer this, and they said, this is senior math, but up a notch, right? So this course is really a survey course. It offers a variety of topics in statistics, geometry, algebra, a little bit of pre-calculus, and then all the options that Dr. Wilson-Turner also elaborated on earlier. So it's a great course, and it will now allow every single student at Shenendehowa to have an opportunity to take a college credit-bearing math course while they are in high school. And I think that's amazing. So students who are struggling the most in math will have the opportunity to earn college credit in a math course, and then students who are excelling the most in math will also have those opportunities, and everyone in between.
While learning basic skills,
Yeah.
Yes.
right, which I think everybody should learn.
Right.
And then our last course that I'll talk about is Literary Classics and Decisions Honors, which is a name change. We're not changing the content of the course, we are moving the name of the course to English 11 Honors. It's been a conversation in the English department for a few years now, and they've really come to realize that it is more representative of the English 11 Honors, and so have made the decision to move in that direction. And so that's a simple name change that they were calling it anyway, apparently, internally, and so they're now making it official.
So what was it called?
Literary Classics and Decisions and Honors, but then they would call it LCDH.
Was it American?
Nope, that's
no,
that's a different one,
course.
and that had a
Okay.
name change as well.
Oh, that did
because we didn't
too.
look at that one.
Okay, got it.
So they, trying to make the name representative of the course that students would be interested in taking as well.
Okay.
And so I'll turn over our next part of the presentation to who our academic administrators are calling the College Whisperer, because he has done some intensive work in the background. And they are truly appreciative of his support in getting courses credentialed that they have worked really hard to get credentialed over the course of 2 years. So, Mr. Davis?
Wonderful, thank you. And I'm not sure if that nickname is in jest or.
No.
It's sincere, they are very sincere.
Yeah.
It's endearing.
So I'm very excited tonight to share more about our college credentialing. So when I took this position, Dr. Robinson gave me the charge to take a look at our offerings, our college and the high school offerings, and see what existing courses that we already offered that were at the college level that we could credential and have students have the opportunity to earn college credit for those courses. So last year, we expanded several courses in the foreign language department, in the social studies department, and in several other departments. And this year, we have a broad array of courses that we're looking to credential with the board's support in several different departments. So you'll see there honors chemistry and AP chemistry. So there'll be 2 different levels of chemistry now that will have the possibility of students signing up for college credit. And I want to focus on AP chemistry for a second because I think it's unique to offer Hudson Valley credit for a course for which a student can already earn college credit by taking an AP exam. So when a student signs up to take an AP exam, they take the exam in May after having been in the course for the previous 9 months. And if that student earns a 3, 4, or a 5 on that exam, many colleges, but not all, will take that credit. However, if you earn a 1 or a 2 on the exam, you cannot earn college credit for the course. And many colleges now have started to raise the score at which they will award credit. So some colleges will only award credit for a 5, some colleges will only award credit for a 4 or a 5, Some give a lower level course if you earn a 3 or a 4 and only give the full college chemistry sequence, which is an 8-credit class, if you earn a 5. So when we looked at this, our goal was to provide students the opportunity to make an and/or kind of choice. So students could, in this course, decide to take the AP exam and only take the AP exam. Students could decide to sign up for 8 credits at Hudson Valley, your General Chemistry 1, General Chemistry 2 with lab, and not take the AP exam at all. Or students could choose to both take the AP exam and sign up for Hudson Valley credit. The benefit of signing up for this course for Hudson Valley credit is that if you earn a minimum grade of a C, regardless of your performance on the AP exam, this course will count for the full chemistry sequence at all SUNY and CUNY schools. If you are going to go on and be a chemistry major, many SUNY and CUNY schools will require you to get an A or a B in this course. But for students who are going to just use it as their general science elective or to fulfill a requirement of a degree that includes chemistry but is not fully chemistry based, then a grade of a C will count. So there is of course an additional expense if a student were to sign up for both. 8 credits at Hudson Valley is about $560, $70 a credit hour, and the AP exam is about $102. But it is really important to know that if a student qualifies for free and reduced lunch, the Hudson Valley credit is free and the AP exam is also free. So a huge benefit to our families in the district who qualify for that.
Question.
Yeah.
So if you were to sign up for both, is it just sort of like an insurance policy if you don't pass if you don't get
So it's interesting. Some colleges are going to take the Hudson Valley credit but not the AP credit. Some colleges are going to take the AP credit but not the Hudson Valley credit. Some are going to take neither, some are going to take both. As a student, you can choose which AP scores you share with the college. They do not end up on the Shen transcript, very much on purpose. So let's say you got a 2 on AP statistics, but you want to go be a math major. You may not want your college to know you got a 2 on AP statistics, maybe you got a 5 on AP calc, right? So you can choose which AP scores you share. And then, again, if you take the AP exam, but you get an A in the class and your AP score doesn't reflect that, and you're going to SUNY Albany, give them the Hudson Valley credit instead of the AP score. So, right, it becomes a choice for students. Certainly financially, parents are going to have to think about what makes the most sense, but if a student is bound for a SUNY school, it may make more sense to go ahead and just pay for that Hudson Valley credit. Because as long as the grade in the course is high enough, it's a sure thing. It doesn't depend on an AP exam, which is one day of a student's life, and is very high stakes.
And
So,
you have to purchase these at the start of the course.
so the AP exam, the fee for that is not due until, I think, next month.
I'm sorry, I meant the credits, the college credits.
So for Hudson Valley, it's 2 separate courses, 4 credits each. So you'd have to sign up for the fall semester course in September, and then you have to sign up for the spring semester course in January. So the Hudson Valley option would have to be a choice that you'd make right away, and the AP exam option would be a choice that you could defer until later in the year. So if this is successful in AP chemistry, we may consider bringing to IPAC additional AP courses to do this for. I do think this brings a significant benefit to students, and I hope that it bears fruit in the coming years. So additionally, we're seeking to credential Regents Physics. So again, this is the first Regents level broad-based course that we're looking at to provide college credit for. So the level of rigor in New York State's Regents Physics curriculum rises to the level of an introductory non-lab-based college physics course. So when we looked at this physics curriculum that Hudson Valley offers, it's a course that will count for a general elective in science or a free elective that many students need for their degree. And we're also seeking to have more students sustain through 4 years of science. And physics, of course, is that senior year science that some students may choose not to take. And we're looking at ways to entice students to remain in physics and also to just have that benefit of earning some college credit for a course which is challenging and already a high level of rigor. So lastly, we have 3 English electives. Journalism, which is a 1 credit full year course, and then we do have a small typo on here. So pre-college writing and speech and public speaking are half credit semester courses. And lastly, we have a 4th English elective, modernism. So for journalism, pre-college writing, and speech and public speaking, these are through Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley looked at our curriculum and said, you're already teaching at the college level. We're going to approve your teachers. You can continue to teach your curriculum. So that's phenomenal. And then modernism is a great story. So we attempted to credential this course through Hudson Valley. They didn't offer anything like it. We went to UAlbany. They initially looked at it and said, this is more than we would ever teach in a college class. No, we will not credential this course. And so we went back, right? We didn't take no for an answer. We went back and met with the department chair of the English department at SUNY Albany and said, can we look at this again? And it turned out they had a misunderstanding and thought that we were teaching this course in a semester. It's actually a year-long course. And so they were very excited to credential this course that one of our longtime English teachers, Janet Kishin, teaches. And this course gets phenomenal feedback from students and really does a great job of preparing students for a college-level literature literary analysis course. So again, we're very excited to present all of these courses to you for credentialing. We look forward to credentialing additional courses in the future and continuing to expand our college offerings to students. With these courses, we'll be at approximately 60 courses, 9 through 12, that have the potential to earn college credit through 6 different college partners, as well as the College Board.
I have one question.
Yes.
With the Regents physics, are you also looking at the college physics course? Because one of the challenges my son's experienced was that it's algebra based, not calculus based, and so many of these schools don't, especially the engineering schools, don't take it.
So, to offer calculus-based physics, we would have to have a large enough group of students who have finished calculus by the end of 11th grade. And it's a pretty small group of students who have been able to do that. And then it creates a scenario where we're offering both algebra-based physics and calculus-based physics and non-math-based physics, right? That's a misnomer, like all physics includes math, but this Regents physics course is the least rigorous in terms of its math requirements. So Jean Lorch and I have definitely looked at that, and one of the reasons we offer this algebra-based physics course is that the College Board actually completely changed the AP Physics curriculum a few years ago and split the AP Physics course into 2 or 3 different courses. So there was a mechanics course and an electronics course, and it made it very challenging to offer all of those at once, and many colleges don't accept AP Physics as your traditional 8-credit lab-based, calculus-based course anymore, because the way colleges offer physics is as a semester 1, semester 2, and the way that the College Board is doing it is breaking it up by content. So it's a challenge. So instead of offering the new College Board curriculum, we moved to the Sienna curriculum. And I think that the goal here is that students can get through algebra-based physics, and it prepares them well in the future for calculus-based physics when they get to college, with also the expectation that most of those students are going to be taking Calc 1, possibly Calc 2, right through AP, Calc AB, AP Calc BC, either concurrently or in 11th grade to prepare themselves for that Calc-based physics in college.
I see. Thank you. That's really helpful. Any question?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, just a couple of comments. I just wanted to say I'm on the IPAC committee. I did miss the last meeting, so my apologies. But I heard a number of these courses when I was at the meeting. One, I want to say the IPAC meetings are great, and just to say personally, you both do an excellent job running and leading those meetings and the discussions of late. Especially, the conversations among that group about the courses are really always very interesting and very thorough, the questions. But then also even just hearing some of this and the thought that goes into why these courses and the changes we're talking about are of value to the students. In particular, like you hear the survey. I mean, the idea that we have 2 courses we're adding that are the top 2 picks of our students, that's not usually what you would hear when you're expanding curriculum, so that's really great and responsive, but also a value. But then also all of the college credit, and I think it's really, tremendous that we can continue to offer more for what we're already doing or what's already a normal part of our students' curriculum. It's not piling on a whole bunch of extra stuff, so there's more people that can get involved. I think also, especially as the question of what New York State standards are or what curriculum standards are, the more we can anchor to college credit, I think that's really helpful to know that what we are teaching our students attaches to something they can take elsewhere. And it's great. I'm really excited to hear about that these credits can be offered to students with free and reduced lunch. I do think that's something for us always to keep in mind is as we create these opportunities, do we also leave the door open for every one of our students to take advantage of them if they can? So all of that is great. And I think that was everything I wanted to say. Oh, the one last thing I'll say too is just earning the credit. I will also say, I think often people think, earning the college credit's great. You can finish college earlier and save money, but I would also offer that it's helpful for even just transition into college. I remember going to college, you're supposed to take a 15 credit load first and second semester. The idea of you come in with a handful of credits, you can take a 12 credit semester, especially for some of our students who may be stretching with the colleges they're choosing, to be able to take a lighter load your freshman year to adjust to moving, to transition. I think that's also a tremendous thing we're offering. So anyway, really great work. Very happy to see this. Thank you.
Not only that, but the other comment is if you go in with more credits, you're actually in front of other students. That means you get to register earlier, you get perks with that. And it takes a lot of stress off that college first year.
Yes,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
And what we love about it is it prepares students for the rigor, right, of what they're about to walk into in a college. I've taken a college course, I have a sense of what is going to be expected of me, which is
Shen
really
swagger
important.
going into college, right?
If I can just add one final comment. My personal favorite aspect of this list of courses is that only one is AP, only one is honors. The rest are open enrollment, available for all students. So our goal is to continue to expand the ability of every single Shenendehowa student to have the ability to leave high school with at least having taken one college course.
Yeah.
So from an equity lens, broadening the array of opportunities available to kids, it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is
Very. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
And just the largest piece of feedback we received from IPAC in going through the credentialing process was to ensure some consistency in our naming conventions in college courses. And so Mr. Davis again took the leadership of bringing a team together to start to simplify and have some codified language of how we describe our college level courses in a consistent way and how they show up on our transcripts. So overall, very successful new course proposal process. My first time through the IPAC process, and I'm convinced they took it easy on me, and so I'm gearing up for future work. But it was really great to be a part of all these wonderful offerings that we provided to our students with your approval. So thank you.
Yeah, that was quite a list. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, so the next agenda item is overview of the BOE retreat agenda. And so nothing's changed, it's the document that was shared. So essentially, I'm just gonna go over it at a high level. So we have the board self-evaluation, which is required by policy 1370. That is still retreat material, we're gonna keep that. I'll ask Vanessa to solicit the board for our dates. Well, we'll try to come up with a list. We're gonna shoot for January for that. The other items on the agenda, there are a couple that because of the timing, it made a lot of sense, but it may not now. And so, for example, one of them is going over the budget process. So getting feedback from board members is specific to that. So what I think is important to say on this is that you can still ask questions, you can still, it's not too late to do that. It's just, as far as using it as a retreat topic, I would say it's probably not timely. The other one that I feel the same way with is, meaning that we're still doing this as we go, but the other one is metrics and reporting. So these are not necessarily problems, but it was an opportunity to go over this with board members during the retreat, and that's why they're on our agenda. And then the one that we do feel that can be done in a meeting is the leadership nomination process. And that one, what we'd like to do is maybe a January meeting, we go over that so that it's plenty of time before we actually have to nominate our next leadership so that we can do it publicly, we can go over how that should be done. So that's the only one we're well, I say we because I'm talking about Jason. This was also shared with Dr. Robinson and also our general counsel, and it was felt that this would be a good way to do this, so that we keep moving. And then the piece about communication, that's obviously very big. We always, it's something that we're always discussing, trying to do it better. That would be part of the retreat still. So, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just add just on two of those, on the nomination process. I think it was felt, and after discussing it with the superintendent and council, that might be more appropriate for a board meeting rather than a retreat session. So just thinking about that. And then I would just add on the metrics and reporting stuff, that's something I think we always have of mind of what kind of information, data is helpful. So I would just suggest to the other board members and everyone else, if there's a particular piece of information or topic or something that you think might be helpful or value worth thinking about, share it up to Naomi and me and Dr. Robinson, and we can just get a list going and stuff to talk about and explore. I don't know exactly where all those go. Not all of them are going to make sense probably, but it's helpful to know what's on people's minds and what's of value.
Absolutely. Any questions? Okay, that was it for that agenda item, so we'll move on. And if you think of something after this meeting, please reach out. I mean, this is to help us to work better as a board. Okay, so we're on to action items. Okay, moving along quickly. So for the first action item, make sure this is in the right order. Can I have a motion to approve the suspension appeal decision? And this was discussed during our December 5th executive session. First is Gusta, second is Tom. Any comments or questions? All in favor? It is 7 in favor. Thank you. The next item, B. Can I have a motion to approve the additional ECA clubs, non-cash clubs, and classroom accounts? First is Deanna, second is Tom. Any comments or questions? All in favor? It is 7. It is unanimous. Thank you. Item 4 is Ms. Galita?
That would be you too.
That would be you too. Okay. For our staffing recommendations?
Yeah, did you lose a bet? What
I
happened?
know. A different hat. Yes.
So I just want to highlight this evening, in addition to our activities and club approvals, we have a retirement that we want to acknowledge. Dr. Rochelle Mitlack will be retiring from the district as our academic administrator for elementary, ELA, and social studies. And we just want to take this time to thank her for her leadership and her service this time. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, can I have a motion to approve the staffing recommendations? First is Stacy, second is Petra. Any comments or questions? I wish Dr. Mitlack the best. I know that she's also going to be entering into a professorship, so wishing her all the best for that. All in favor? It is 7 in favor. Thank you. And so now we move into our for good of the order, and this is an opportunity for the members of the board to discuss salient district matters from a policy perspective or to give a shout out. Does anyone have something to share? Quiet bunch. Everybody's excited for the holidays.
Just wish everyone a wonderful winter break and a happy new year and holiday season.
Yes. A very healthy break. Yes. Yes. And hope to see everybody back. Looking forward to working with everyone into the new year. So the next item up, number 6, is the BOC policy review schedule. That's also coming up really fast right after the break. Also our board presentation schedule. And with that, we're going to move into an adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting? First is Gusta, second is Deanna. All in favor?